All right, everybody. Hey, let's get started today. Today is week 3, and we're going to talk about building your vehicle that you can sell your irresistible offer in. Hey, we're going to do things a little bit different this week. For those of you who are live, what I want to talk about is we're going to do this kind of backwards. I have a video by Russell Brunson that I have recorded, and I'm going to put on, well, I didn't record it, it's on YouTube, but I put it on the members page. And what he talks about is marketing funnels. Okay. And so building your vehicle is really building an online funnel to sell your product to. And so because he does such a great job, it's just a much better job than I think I can do explaining what those funnels are. I have that video all set up and ready to watch. So for you guys who are here with me today, this is the second part to that. We're going to talk about funnels in a little bit more detail. It's going to be a little bit shorter because the Russell Brunson video is a little over an hour long, and I'm just going to dig in and fill in some of the gaps to that video. So for those of you who are with me live, go back, watch the Russell Brunson video when you get a chance, and it'll kind of put everything together. But today, that's what I want to focus on. So before we get started, let's just do a little tiny review of week 2 and how everything worked in week 2. We talked about building your irresistible offer. Let's just go in here real quick. Week 2, we talked about building a new opportunity, which what I call a blue ocean strategy. Finding a niche market that you can sell a product to that nobody else is going after, or very few people are going after now. And so that's number one. If you can kind of come up with that idea, that would be great. Talked to a guy today talking about doing cool sculpting for men and kind of going after a market that maybe not too many people are going after. So that's something you want to do, is create that new opportunity. In order to do that, you need to identify your target market. Get really, really specific on what that market is, what they look like, and who you can talk to. So we kind of dove into a little bit hot market, sub-hot market, and then a niche market that's really, really specific for you to be able to talk to. And then we went on and we talked about creating your dream customer based on what you're trying to sell, based on your market. What does that customer look like? What's their name? How do I talk to them? So when we create messaging, we know who we're talking to with that. Then we want to talk about the customer's journey. And that's where we kind of talk about where they're at: hot traffic, warm traffic, cold traffic. We're going to dig into this a little bit more this week, talking about that and kind of putting that together. But we have to understand where our customer is in the journey and when we want to hit them, because that also goes back to messaging. How are we going to talk to these people? How are we going to bring them in? And then the last part was just doing a wild brainstorming activity. And that is just thinking about everything that you can possibly offer to make a great offer to your target market. Make them as happy as you possibly can, and just come up with this unique idea that you can sell. And so you kind of go crazy. Hopefully you guys were able to do that, put together some ideas, kind of think through that. Today, we're going to put all this together. And so if you're a little bit confused of last week or really not sure where we're at, that's why this week is super important, because we're going to put week 1 and week 2 put into perspective, and this is the glue that puts it all together, and that's building your vehicle, which of course is your sales funnel. And so once you watch, if you watching this recording, hopefully you've already watched the Russell Brunson, you have a better idea of what a sales funnel is. So right now, for those of you who are live and have not watched that video yet, just stick with me. I'm going to talk about the 7 phases of a funnel, and then when you go back and watch the Russell Brunson, it will all come together. So the 7 phases of a funnel. Whenever I work with a client, this is what I go through. I go through these phases as I build this, so we understand how we're bringing in our potential customers and how we're driving through. So the first phase is getting your traffic temperature, going back to hot traffic, warm traffic, cold traffic. We want to determine our traffic temperature and who we're going to talk to. So hot traffic, we talked a little bit about last week, but hot traffic is simply people who already know who you are and they know you can solve their problem. This is really, really simple, right? This is people that are already in your email list, already come to do. We don't worry so much about hot traffic. Hot traffic's going to buy from you, and that's where we want to drive everybody to become hot traffic. but you can't scale your business with your current hot traffic, because those are people who already know, like you, and trust you, and they're going to buy from you. They're awesome, but we don't need to spend a ton of time marketing to them. Our messages can be simple, they can be quick, and we can sell to them. We want to grow people to become hot traffic, but we can't scale our business with our current hot traffic only. We got to do more than that. So then we can go after warm traffic. Warm and cold traffic is what we want to focus on. So warm traffic is they know what the problem is, and they may know how to solve it, or they're not sure. They kind of have an idea of how to solve it. They just don't know about you yet. They don't know that you can solve their problem. So still doesn't take a lot to talk to these people, but it takes a little bit. And so we want to focus on solving their problem and share them with our product or our service that helps them solve that problem. And so it takes a little bit more of a conversation with them, a little bit more message, but not much, to kind of bring them in and get them to opt in to whatever your irresistible offer is. And then the last people that we want to look at is cold traffic. Cold traffic is where you're really, really going to scale your business, but it is the toughest traffic to get. And they have no idea who you are. They have no idea what you offer, and they don't know if they can trust you. And they may not even really know that they have a problem yet. And so this cold traffic is something, if you can go after this cold traffic and you can start to bring them in, then you can really, really, really start to grow your business and scale your business faster than you thought possible. You have to get good at this. And many businesses just are not good at getting this cold traffic. And that's what's so great about sales funnels, is that you can build that relationship with them, and you can take them down a very specific set of landing pages to talk with them and get them to understand what you are and how you solve that problem, and build that trust through there. So how do we do that? One of the things I learned about, I love this. I read this, that Russell Brunson that you guys are going to watch, or maybe already watched. One thing that he talked about in one of his books, .com Secrets, is he talked about the idea of a pre-frame bridge. And this is something that's so obvious, but so many businesses are missing this, and something I didn't think about. When you send somebody to whatever you're trying to sell them, whether you send them to your website or whatever you send them to your landing page or even to your place of business, what you want to do is you want to pre-frame their thoughts and their ideas of what you have to sell. So what do I mean by that? It's extremely important what people are thinking before they go in and they enter into an offer. So if someone were to tell you, hey, Jeff Darling is doing this bootcamp masterclass, and man, he has no idea what he's doing. He is the worst person that could teach you how to market your business. Don't trust him. And then they click on my landing page to join my bootcamp. What do you think they're going to do? Right? They're going to say, oh, no, this guy's no good. I'm not going to join this. But on the other hand, if someone talks to you and says, oh man, this marketing bootcamp was the best thing that I ever did for my business. It really helped grow my business, scale my business, things he taught me I never thought about before. And it was just an amazing experience. And then they lead to my bootcamp landing page to sign up. How many people are going to sign up then? And it's making that pre-frame bridge. And what the problem is too many times in marketing, we are not pre-framing their thoughts and their attitudes before they come into our product. We're not doing a good enough job. We're being way too general and not specific enough, and not getting them prepared to buy what they have, especially if they're cold traffic and they're not sure what it is. We've got to build, and that's going to be a longer bridge. That's going to take more education and more teaching, but we've got to be able to teach this and drive people to it. So the pre-frame bridge. Okay, so how do we set up the pre-frame bridge? Well, I kind of already talked about this. I think I jumped the gun a little bit, but hot traffic is just going to be, let's go back. I guess I didn't write anything there. But hot traffic, like I said, those are people who already know you, they already like you. That's going to be really quick. That's going to simply be the offer. Hey guys, come on, we're doing 25% off, our next, product, or we're doing buy one get one free beer night at our brewery. Whatever it is, that's hot traffic. You're going to get them. Warm traffic is going to be a little bit longer of a conversation, not much. And then cold traffic is really where you want to set up that pre-frame bridge. You want to educate them. You might want to send them to a page that is a landing page that educates them more and more stuff. So here's an example. Let me escape here. I'll show you. There's one business that sells CBD, right? Soothe. So I created a funnel. Now, CBD, this was a little while ago. CBD is starting to get more well-known now. People are starting to understand what it was. But when I built this page, so many people had a misconception of what CBD is. They all thought it was marijuana. They weren't sure. And so I had to take some time to educate people on CBD. So what I did is I created this page. First, this is kind of a sizzle video to tell you more about CBD and how it works. But then I made an offer, but then I have another video that starts to explain what CBD is. I start to talk to them about it. I start to tell them this is a really, really, really good video that teaches how CBD works and what it is and what it isn't. So I have that video that I want to talk to them about. I explain it a little bit more. I start talking about what people are talking about when they get CBD, all those things. This is all educational. This is all to get people in the right frame of mind to go ahead and buy CBD. And so that's what we want to do with cold traffic, especially if it's someone who doesn't know that they have a problem. Oh man, I misspelled that. So let me, just because that's spelled right. Anyway, forget that. So, but that is, I got off track there. Sorry guys, a little sidetracked with that. But anyway, that's what cold traffic's going to be. You're going to have to spend some time possibly explaining to them and showing them, hey, there's a problem and we can solve that problem. And so that's going to take some time. It's going to take some explaining, but we'll be able to lead them down and take our time to do it and do it correctly. We'll start to get them. And so that's going after cold traffic. It takes some more time, but it's a really, really effective way to do it. So we got to understand where we're talking to them and where we're going to get them within that system. All right. So we want to create that pre-frame bridge. And I do that with every single client I work with. I try to get them into the right state of mind before they enter into the offer. And so those are good. So then we want to go qualify subscribers. Okay. This is really, really simple. Qualifying subscribers is the goal is, this is the Godfather offer, right? This is, you take the traffic to you and let's just take the traffic and find out who is willing to give up their email in exchange for your information. So this is going back to that Godfather offer that we talked about in lesson 1. This is, we want to qualify who our subscribers are. Now, here's something you got to think a little bit different about. And I might have mentioned this that first week. I don't quite remember, but it's thinking a little bit different, because what we're doing is, yes, we are getting leads and we want to get qualified leads. So when we create this offer to be able to get qualified subscribers, we're also weeding out those people that we don't want, because we don't want everybody to subscribe. We just want people who are interested in what we have to become the person that we want. So give me an example. There's a business that sold really, really nice men's suits. And he was trying to create a funnel to be able to sell these suits on. And so he thought to himself, he was talking about it, trying to figure out, hey, how do I sell suits? They're really, really expensive. They're $3,000 suits. How do I build a funnel to do this? How do I lead people in with and qualify my subscribers? So what he did is he grabbed really nice cufflinks that he had, and he gave those away free plus shipping. Because what that did is, anybody who bought those cufflinks or got those cufflinks told them that these guys are interested in nice suits. Because no one's going to buy nice cufflinks like this if they don't already have nice suits. So now he just qualified subscribers to get his nice suits. He found out who his market is, and he got qualified subscribers into his funnel. A bad way to do it, that I've seen other people do it, and I fell for this myself. I've done it this way, and I found out really quick it's the wrong way. If you say something like, hey, win a free trip to Hawaii, if you sign up, you'll get thousands of people to sign up, but most of them don't care about what you have to offer. They want a free trip to Hawaii. And now you wasted all this money sending someone to Hawaii, unless you're a travel agency, right? Then that would make sense. That means, hey, these are people who like to travel, and I'm a travel agency, so that would kind of make sense. But if you're not, if you're selling suits and you're giving away a trip to Hawaii, you're not going to get the people that you want. So not only is this a way to get leads, but it's to get qualified leads and sift out. There's people you don't want. And those are the people that you want to try to get rid of, and just not worry about, because they're not going to buy from you. And if they're not willing to give you their email, then you don't want them anyway. So that's what we want to do. We want to qualify subscribers. So that's what I do my opt-in pages. That's when we make the irresistible offer. The whole point of the build this distribution list is to qualify subscribers. Then the next thing we do is we want to qualify buyers. So now that we have someone that came in, what we want to try to do is see who is willing to take out their credit card and buy from us. So we know that on our offer before, if they're unwilling to give us their email for that offer, they're definitely going to be unwilling to buy from us. So now we want to see, hey, will these people who are interested now, are they going to buy from me? Those are the people that you really, really want. So if they're going to take out their credit cards, they're going to take out their wires, they're going to buy something from you. You're going to be able to make money from the $5 to $7 range usually is what you want to do. Sometimes higher, sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's $24 or whatever. But if you can keep it between the $5 and $7 range, the guy who sold the cufflink, he actually said free plus shipping, but the shipping was like $9.99. So he made some money on that, and he was able to qualify his buyers at the same time. And sometimes you can qualify your buyers and your subscribers on the same page. Sometimes you do it separate pages. So you want to be able to qualify your buyers. The next thing you want to do is identify hyperactive buyers if you can. So this is people who love what you have and they're willing to buy more. So the cool thing is after you lead them to a second page, you can lead them to a third page, and you can say, hey, here's a bigger offer that I have for you. Now that you got this and this, let me give you just one other thing. Just like when back in the day when I used to work for AT&T and I was selling cell phones, I did this all the time. Someone would come in and they say, hey, here's an iPhone. They come and they say, I want to buy this iPhone. I said, great. Let's buy this iPhone. We also need a case and we need a screen protector. And some people would say, yeah, let's do that. Let's get a case and a screen protector with it. Then I would say, then I would come out with that, but I'd come out with one other thing, and I'd come out with maybe a Bluetooth speaker. And I would say, hey, just wanted to let you guys know. I wanted to find out if these people were hyperactive buyers. And I'd say, hey, I've got this one other thing I want to have for $99. We've got this Bluetooth speaker. We bundle it all together. You get 25% off. You get everything for this price. And sometimes, it wasn't that often, but sometimes, maybe 10% of the time, I would get someone that says, oh yeah, that'd be great. Let's do it. And we would identify hyperactive buyers. You do the same thing online. And we say, hey, we've got this one other thing for you just to find out. So it's really, really nice to be able to do that. Not every single funnel is going to be able to do that. And not every single funnel is the same. But if you can put that together, then you'll be able to identify and make more money off of them, and be able to grow your business. So let me escape from here real quick. Let me show you what I mean. Let me go to a funnel. All right, so this is an example funnel that I have created that I want to bring you guys to. Hopefully it loads on me here. Just give me a second. I should have had this preloaded. All right, so this one here. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. This is kind of the idea of what I do with my clients. And like I said, this is a science. That doesn't mean you look at this and you may say, well, this is great for other business. It won't work for you. It does work for you. There's different ways to do this. There's tons of different ways to skin a cat, right? This is just a main way that I look. This is kind of my foundational way. And then I go from there based on what you're trying to do. So what you want to do is, let's say you build a funnel and you got something to offer, right? And so you have $1,000 to invest into this whole system. So you take $1,000 and you give it to Mr. Zuckerberg over here at Facebook, and you run ads. All right, now let's just say your pay-per-click is $1 per click. So you get 1,000 visitors to your Godfather offer. You want to qualify your subscribers. So you qualify your subscribers, and let's say you get 30% that say, yep, that looks great. I want to buy this. Now you've just created 300 leads from that. All right, so then you say, let's qualify our subscribers and let's offer them something for $10, just to make the math really easy. And so then what we do is we look at the conversion rate on this page and say, okay, this page converts 20% of the time. So now we have 60 buyers from our lead list. So 60 people buy. Now we want to identify hyperactive buyers, people who really love what you have. You're really hitting their pain point really well, so they keep buying. So you make another offer, let's say $50, and you get a 15% closing rate. So 9 people have just purchased your next sale. So then what you do is I look at this whole funnel, and what I want to do is, at the very least, I want to break even, right? So I'm going to look at my cost per acquisition and my average cart value. Well, my acquisition is 60 buyers. These are people that actually became buyers. These are the ones that are the most important, because if they bought from me once, they're going to buy from me again. And so I know that it's going to cost me $17 to get a buyer off of this funnel. But I also know it's going to cost, my average cart value is 17. So now I put $1,000 in, I get $1,000 out and 300 leads that I can continue to work on selling to, and 60 buyers that I can sell to over and over again. And I don't have to pay to market to them again. This is what makes sales funnels so effective and so beautiful. Now, let's just say, for instance, we only have a 10% conversion rate on our Godfather app. Everything else stays the same. All the other conversion rates are the same, but we only get 10% here, right? So we only get 100 leads. Then from there, with 100 leads, we only get 20 buyers. And from there, we only get like 3 or 4 people who upsell, right, in a month. Then my cost per acquisition becomes $50, and my average cart value is only $17. So now I'm in the hole. This is not the way that I want to be. Now, in normal marketing situations, when you run a marketing campaign and you feel like it doesn't work, you have to scrub everything and start all over. Try something brand new. This way, you don't have to do that. All you have to do is go to this page and say, well, maybe I need to tweak the offer. Maybe I need to change the wording. Maybe I need to, instead of running it on Facebook, let's run it on YouTube or Instagram or Google. Whatever it is, maybe I need to change who I'm targeting a little bit. We just have to make some changes and test it out and see how well we do, and get that conversion rate from 10% back up to 30%. And the opposite can happen, is this could be a 50% conversion rate, and then your cost per acquisition is $17, and you're making $50 on everybody who goes through this funnel. That's what makes this so great. And the only other thing that makes this really, really good that people don't understand is most people, if they do sell on their website page, they have one thing to sell. Someone comes in and buys their first, let's say they come, you send them to your website and they find your $10 offer. They buy their $10 offer, they're done. They leave, they're gone. You made $10. It costs you $17 to get there, and you made $10. This way you have a chance to make more and more money and double and triple your sales by doing this right. But like I said, not every single sales funnel is built the same, and there's different ways to skin a cat. Let me show you another example of one that I created recently. So let's go to funnels. All right. So here's a funnel that works a little bit differently. This is one that I actually built out, and I'm going to start running soon. We're running an ad to what's called the Elite Smile program. I'm not going to get into details of what that is, but Elite Smile program that we're doing. And this one is really simple. All this is an opt-in page. We're going to qualify subscribers. We're going to send them a thank you page, and then the company is going to take it from there. We're going to talk about this in a minute, because at some point, once we lead people through an initial funnel, maybe we lead them to one funnel, maybe it's a couple different funnels, but eventually, depending on what you have to sell, we're going to have to change our environment. So here we have to change the environment. So first thing we do is we say, hey, the Elite Smile program will help pay, right? They help find money, so they'll help cover the cost of any dental work on adults. So we have the Elite Smile program. We retarget them with pixels. Anybody who goes and doesn't opt in, they showed interest, we want to retarget them. We're going to collect the lead. They're going to get a thank you page and an email. And then an email is going to go to our main person at the office, and she is going to do a follow-up call. She's going to change the playing field at this point, and they're going to take it from there. All she needs is the leads to take them from there. From there, she can do a follow-up call. We have an email sequence. She says, hey, schedule an appointment. We're able to help you out. Let's schedule an appointment. And then we have people who do, people who don't show up. We have an email sequence. And then we get them into the appointment, get them to the appointment chair to do a free consultation, and then they close it from there. And so they know that it's a 50% closing ratio if they can get them into a free consultation. And so from there, they can make money, and they know how much money they're going to make. So this is a little bit different funnel, but I show you this because I want you to understand that there's other ways to do this, And that's not the only way, but that's a foundational way to do it. And a lot of businesses can do that way. So let's go back to our presentation. I'm going to finish up here. I don't want to take too much time today because I know the Russell Brunson video is quite long. So the last thing is second to last thing is we want to age and ascend. We want to bring them up our sales tower, and we want to continue to make offers for them. So this gives you a chance to build a relationship, and you keep your customers coming back to you again and again, to buy from you again and again. So you can create many offers and keep sending them messages, keep sending them valuable information, anything of value, anything that will help them, anything that they can buy from you, you'll be able to do that. And with the sales funnel, now that you got them into your system, now you take them to a back-end sales system where you continue to offer more and more things and bring them to your main offer if you have one. Maybe it's like one company, a $30,000 spa. Well, you want to bring them in through a funnel, be able to talk with them, share with them different details, help them any way you can, and then when they're ready to buy that $30,000 spa, you just drive them right in there. You're the first person they're going to buy it from because you built that relationship with them. Maybe you're a lawyer and you need to talk with them, and you have a bunch of different things that you can offer them as a lawyer. It's not just accidents and stuff. There's a lot of different services that lawyers have, and you can take a look at a specific service and talk to them about that service, how you can help them, and just lead them through this funnel. So it's very, very effective to sell this way, much more effective than leading someone to a website, which Russell Brunson talks about in his video. If you haven't watched it yet, leading them to the website and then hitting a brick wall because you're confusing that customer. If you confuse, you lose. And this is what I talked about, changing the selling environment. After you get them so far into the funnel, if you have more of an expensive sales process, you need to change that sales environment. So if you can get them in for just a quick get them as a subscriber right away, you might need to change that sales environment because you have a $6,000 product or service that you have, or a $2,000 product or service. Now what you want to do is get on the phone and talk with them, get a meeting and get in front of them, or whatever that is. You need to change that environment. But you can lead them at the front of it, offer them something simple and easy, informational, of value, maybe something cheap that they can buy that identifies that this is someone who's interested in a have, and then we're going to take them as far as we can online, make as much money as we can, and then change that environment and get in front of them and whatever it is. And maybe it's a consultation. And then we're going to sell them more and more and get them into our high ticket offer. So let me share with you one other thing. Let's go back. So yeah, that's what we want to do, is we want to build, sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second, but that's how we build our vehicle. We build our funnel. And when I work with clients, I build this funnel for them. I help them think through everything, just like I'm helping you guys. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to do. And hopefully it's making sense. If it's not making sense, when you guys go into the membership, I'm going to put in there, again, there's a place where you can schedule a meeting with me. After week 3, we're halfway through this. We kind of put things together. So I want to make an offer to you guys that I'm willing to sit down with you one-on-one and help you with the beginning of this, help you create that offer, help you think about what your funnel looks like and what pieces that you can put into that funnel to start building this out and start getting more qualified subscribers and qualified buyers to your business and start to scale your business. So in that members thing underneath, I also have, I'm offering, I can offer ClickFunnels, as he talks about. That's the program that I use. ClickFunnels free for 2 weeks. Gives you guys a chance to go in there, play around with it. It's something that you can use for yourself and get really, really good at building these funnels as well. And I'm offering .com Secrets and Expert Secrets, 2 amazing books that I've read. This is really what started me on the path of this, and I've learned so much from them. So those books are offered for free as well. So you can click on the hyperlink on the membership page and get those. And then you can schedule a meeting with me, and I'll be able to walk you through this first half. I'm also going to reach out to all of you guys either next week or the week after. I know next week is Thanksgiving, but I'm going to reach out to everybody next week and just see how things are going, kind of get an idea of what you guys are thinking. and how I can help you more as well. And you can also schedule a meeting with me at that point. And then the last thing is, I just want to tell you guys, because it's Thanksgiving, we are not going to have a live webinar. Obviously, Thursday night at 7 on Thanksgiving, no one's going to want to be on a webinar, right? So we're taking a week off, and we're going to continue again the week after Thanksgiving. We'll be done before Christmas, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. Next week, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you're getting away and you're able to just take a breath. That's what I'm going to do, is take a breath for a few days and before I get right back at it. So, building your vehicle. This is the end of section 1, building a distribution list. The next section, we're going to talk about automation. How do we automate this process so that we don't have to do all the work? We want to be able to automate it. So that's what we're going to talk about, the importance of automation, importance of systems, and putting them together so we can sell our products. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you guys in a couple weeks. Have a good one.